Um, so I just want to make a quick video here about the subject of shaming children or young people online. This has been a bit of a trending topic of late because there has been a number of high-profile incidents with parents um, deciding to approach their children's bad behavior by shaming them online. I'm not really going to talk too much about specific cases because there's been quite a few, and I'm making this video sort of spontaneously, so I'm not really focusing on any specific case. But um, what prompted me to make this is I read an article whereby a young girl, Sony 15, whose father recently shamed her for bad behavior on YouTube, took her own life. By contrast, there was a man, and this was on BBC Trending, and he set up the video to make it look like he was going to discipline his young son for bad behavior. And he went on like that, talking and talking about how bad his son was for about a minute. And then in the end, he hugs his son and sort of embraces him and tells him and then he speaks in the camera. That became viral, actually. You may have seen the video. I forget its exact title. But I just want to comment on this. And I have to say, I'm not a parent, so I'm not speaking here from a perspective of a parent. Although I've always taken the view that if I were to become a father, that I would always take a neutral approach in terms of discipline because that's my sort of thinking. I don't believe in sort of abusing children, and I'll speak about the video incident in a minute, or the video approach in a minute. I don't believe in abusing children and degrading them to an extent where they're humiliated or scared. And I certainly don't believe in beating children. Um, but at the same time, I don't believe in sort of allowing children to do whatever they want. And I don't have much respect for the notion of. I don't really like parents who are sort of like, oh well, we'll treat our children like we're their friends, rather than the paradigm of they are an adult, they're the responsible person, and they should be setting some ground rules. I take basically the same approach that I take as a teacher, which is neutral, which is being strong when you need to be, um, or well, strong all the time. What I should say is being more hard line when you need to be, but also being loving when you you need to show that as well. Um, so sort of about getting a balanced approach, and that's easier said than done. And I don't assume to tell anybody how to be a good parent because I'm not a parent. I'm just saying that my reflection is that the right approach would be a balanced approach. Now, this thing about shaming online, um, I say children, some of them are teenagers as well, but basically, if I had a son or a daughter who was being really antisocial or causing clearly doing something that's destructive either them to themselves or others, I wouldn't be passive about it. I would definitely intervene. Um, but I believe you can discipline children, young people, without humiliating them to millions of people. I do believe that. Um, so I want to see. Sorry, I got distracted there. Not want to see anything. I think that you need to get the balance just right. Um, No, I'm not going to say this was a bad father. He may have felt that what he was doing would have helped his daughter, but obviously she's taken her own life. That just shows that the humiliation approach, even if there's good intentions behind it, that we shouldn't demonize the father. Maybe he genuinely believed it would shock her into changing her behavior, but we've seen what has happened. Um, I understand that if a parent is feeling really frustrated and they've tried different approaches and nothing's worked, they may feel like this is the last approach, but I still don't think it should be done. I believe that you can put down the lesson, you can teach the lesson without humiliating them to the whole world. So let me know your thoughts on this. Again, with parenting, I just think there needs to be a balanced approach. I don't believe in abusing children, certainly, and I don't believe in being so ultra disciplinarian they can't enjoy their youth. That's ridiculous. At the same time, I don't believe in sort of letting them do what they want, and I do think there's some parents out there who take the view that, I mean, unconditional love is certainly without saying, goes without saying, but unconditional love should also mean getting the balance right. And I don't have much respect for parents who just let their kids do whatever they want. That's not being a good parent. That's just being reckless. And it's selfish as well because it's much easier for a parent to intervene than it is for strangers. Because no doubt the same people, if if a stranger was to intervene and say, try to question why the young person is being antisocial, or whatever, the parent would be, oh, that's my child, mind your own business, this sort of thing. But it's the responsibility of the parent to act. And kids and teenagers who have behaviour problems, if it's a mental health issue, they need to get help for it. But if it's just a case that they're badly behaved, then yeah, someone needs to put their foot down and say, no, you can't do this in the world. You cannot treat people like this, and you are going to face consequences for it. So I think it's all about getting a balance right. Let me know your thoughts. Cheers.